Welcome everybody to today's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. This is part of the 1 Million by 1 Million initiative, and our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue by 2020, thereby building $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. How does that happen? That happens with your success. We have only one reason, one justification for our existence, that is to serve your journeys towards success and facilitate that journey through the services that we provide and the resources that we provide. This roundtable, this free roundtable, is part of the resource pool that we have brought together to help entrepreneurs. So today we're going to be working with a number of entrepreneurs and working on their businesses, helping them formulate their strategies. This is our 160-second 1M Roundtable, the free public session. So yeah, we've been around for a long time. And you'll find a recording of the roundtable available. Both it will be published on the blog as well as on our YouTube channel. So you would be able to play that back and share it with other people. If you're live tweeting the show, please use hashtag 1M1M. And our Twitter handles are @1M by1M and @Sramana. We publish a very, very active and content-rich Twitter channel, and it also flows through our Facebook and LinkedIn accounts, and people learn a lot through the content that we put out there, starting from the blog and then propagated through the social media channels. The YouTube channel is on your screen right now. It's the 1M Roundtables channel. You will find a bunch of recordings, lots of recordings of these kinds of sessions. And you will also find cartoons of interesting entrepreneurial issues. You'll also find FAQ videos on 1M. So if you're trying to learn what 1M is all about, how we deliver value, what do we do, what are the vectors, the value vectors, you will find all that in the YouTube channel. So we're going to start, I guess, with Jay, because Ram is not logged in yet. Jay, if you could unmute your line and come and tell us what you're doing, that would be great.
Okay, sure, Sramana. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sramana and Maureen, whole 1M by 1M team for providing me this opportunity to pitch my idea today. My name is Jay Kulkarni. I work as a management consultant in Dubai, but originally from Bangalore. The business idea that I am going to pitch today is a Suraksha helicopter patrol for safety of women in Bangalore. Just to think about what happened recently, the recent gang rape case in Delhi was one heinous crime that has stirred the soul of the nation. And the point to worry is that such incidents of rape have doubled since the last 2 decades. And if you look at the statistics, in the last 5 years alone, there is a 30% increase in the number of crimes against women. And one, we can say that it's a failure of good governance in the country, and that's probably the root cause of it. Also, we can look at, is there something that we can do, and probably there's a small idea towards in that endeavor to see if we can use entrepreneurial system to solve the social problem. That's the idea. So I have focused here on finding a solution primarily at Bangalore, looking at Bangalore, mainly because this city has a lot of young working women, including many who work in night shifts, and also that it gives a focus, a customer segmentation focus, as you advocated in 1M by 1M, and so it helps to really formulate the problem and the solution very well. So, but primarily this can be associated with any other tier 1 city, and the solution also can be created that way. So if you look at just Bangalore itself, we can see that it has one of the highest number of crimes. The city has about 1,890 crimes, and this number has gone up by about 18.8% since last year alone. The main problem is there is no 24/7 helpline that is available for women to call in and get an immediate response. So we can see the breakup here. There are various types of crimes, probably by cruelty by husband, molestation, kidnapping, rape, dowry death, sexual harassment, and many others are there. And these are numbers that are numbers that are reported by people, and these are registered by the police. And beyond this, there are several more cases which are not reported as well. So we need to consider these. And yeah, thank you for in this slide. The primary solution that I have looked at is, can we set up a helicopter patrol for women? And in this, so that we can have in under 30 minutes, we can have, as soon as a victim reports it, we can have service available as a patrol to them in under 30 minutes, and some form of immediate security is provided to them. So the target customers that we are
here, which
yeah.
In a crowded city like Bangalore, where does the helicopter land? Let's say you get a call, where does the helicopter land?
Well, we need to work out those. Probably there are places, there are grounds that are available, open grounds. There are probably we need to look at private places. We need to work out those arrangements. But also, what I've considered here is, even if there is a case.
Serious question, because if you're trying to get anywhere under 30 minutes, and the helipad is 50 minutes away, and there is Bangalore traffic to plod through, this is not going to work.
No, but helipad is only a place for landing, right? So the location from it lifts off. We need to probably work with the government to find out a central place where we can have a place from which it will start, so that the helicopter reaches within 30 minutes from that location. So, and what I've assumed, what I've taken calculations here is, even if, let's say, the helicopter is rotating or moving during that time, so I've considered the costs of whole round trip time, that means from going from the point onward and return journey, plus the time it stays on air. So considering all that, even if it stays on the air during that time, making rounds or whatever, that's still a working possibility.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So what I have looked at is the target customer base here, which is about to make this idea workable. That's about 1.5 lakh employed women would be required. That is, who are paying customers, who are paying about 500 per month. And based on some of the statistics that I looked at, primarily I looked at two things. One, the NASSCOM statistics shared on their website, and I've taken the mobile. There is a mobile report that was recently provided by Vodafone Foundation. I've looked at these two, which shares very useful insights about how women in urban areas, especially in Bangalore, what is the profile of urban women. And if you look at it, there are about 84 lakh is the total population of Bangalore today, out of which floating population inclusive could be about 1 crore. And there are about 44 lakh women. And now there are about 65% of those are mobile phone users. And they are about 56%, that's about 16.24 lakh women, are in the age bracket of 14 to 49. This is our target segment focus of the.
They have to afford 500 rupees per month, right? Yes.
So the Vodafone survey provides a very useful insight. It says that there are about 30% of the women in this bracket, 30% of the total number of mobile phone, women who use mobile phones, they have an income of about $1,490 per month. This is a survey I quote from Vodafone's Vodafone Foundation. This was released in October 2011, and so that's about, if you look at that's about 8.7 lakh women, and that's the number for Bangalore alone.
You're saying your 1.5 lakh assumption is reasonable to assume that you can penetrate that kind of market share to pay $10 a month.
Yes, that's right.
Got it.
And the other statistic that I'm looking at is NASSCOM gives out its annual statistics. It says 10% of Bangalore, it's about 8.5 lakh are employed in IT, ITES, and out of that, about 3.2 to 3.8 lakh are women. And we can reasonably make an assumption that these particular segment of women are eligible to pay. They can easily pay about rupees 500 a month. I mean, it's a rounding error in terms of billing rates. So looking at so that's pretty much so. In these calculations, that's how I've taken it. So to make this idea operational, we need a minimum of about 1,47,000 paying customers, and it can be. I've taken a maximum also of probably 2,45,000 women altogether, and that's how I calculated. I've shared.
What is your capital requirement to get something like this? What does a helicopter cost, and how many do you need to do this?
Yes, I've considered here a single helicopter that will be operational, and this will be rented from a third party who will be providing us a helicopter on rental on an hourly basis, flight hourly basis. The costs that I've looked at are like, including insurance, landing fees, fuel and maintenance costs. I've taken a higher estimate than what numbers that I got. It's about 50,000 rupees per hour, flight hours charges. And I've taken cost per incident, which is included onward and return to be about a lakh. And the calculations that I worked out is taking 1,819 number, that is total of all the calls, and all of these may not be our customers. So looking at this, now I've taken the minimum calls is double the total number of reported incidents, and maximum is about 4 times that.
And
that's how I worked out these.
How do you propose to acquire customers?
So what I've thought of is I need to more deep dive here. But initial idea is that there is a marketing expense that I've considered. We'll have coupons provided on a 6 monthly basis. We'll have a third party market.
The customer acquisition question is, how do customers find out that you exist? How do you get on the radar of customers?
Well, yeah. So I was thinking of doing a marketing campaign along with certain set of they will carry with them prepaid coupons, so which can be readily paid, and they can.
Marketing campaign is not an abstract idea. Marketing campaign needs to be granularly thought through of how exactly do you go to market. That pretty much determines whether this concept is going to be successful or not.
Yes. Well, I have some initial ideas though. I need to deep dive here.
You need to flesh out how you're going to go to market, because if your fixed costs are quite high, right?
Yes. So I have fixed costs I've taken. Yes, I've taken roughly about almost about 30 lakhs right now to go with, and I've reserved about 15 lakhs towards the marketing campaign.
And what time frame are we talking here? 30 lakhs over what time frame?
This is all in an annual time. This is in an annual basis, yes.
And what is your assumption about when do revenues start coming in?
Yes, so I'm looking at a point where we need to have a minimum number of customers to be operational and ready to go live. So that could be somewhere about, now we need to have, it will have a lead time, probably about 6 months to 8 months before which we have a sufficient number of customers. And post that, the go live operations will start.
Why would customers sign up if you're not operational? Customers are not going to pay you $500 a month if you do not have the service ready.
Well, yes, you're right, but so I'm looking at still. Yeah, I need to think about it a little more. Yeah.
You have a bunch of issues here that I didn't see anything about customer acquisition. There's, you're asking me any ideas on how to sign up the 147,000 women customers. You need to put together a go-to-market strategy, which is completely missing from here.
Okay.
No, you have to figure out, are you going to do online marketing? In which case, which kind of online marketing are you going to do? Are you going to do email marketing? Are you going to do search engine marketing, organic search, pay-per-click advertising? What is your game plan to get in front of the 147,000 customers? In fact, to get 147,000 customers to sign up as paying customers, you need to get in front of, probably 100 times more, 100 times that amount. So, what is the strategy? What mechanisms are you planning to follow to get in front of these customers? That is one area that you have to flesh out fully, and you have to also flesh out how are the financials of this thing going to play out? How are you going to fund the period where you have to get a service up and running so that you can get people to actually sign up for the service, because people are not going to sign up expecting that you're going to be launching 6 months later.
Yes. Yeah. So there has to be probably an initial investment that has to go in, wherein we spend the marketing expense.
Who is going to make that investment? In India today, as far as I know, people do not invest in concepts. Now, you are based in the Middle East. Maybe Middle Eastern investors are willing to do something like that, people in your friends and family. I don't know. But in general, our experience with Indian investors is that Indian investors want you to validate the concept. Actually, this is true about investors in the US, in Europe, everywhere, that they want you to validate the concept before they're willing to invest. Okay. Especially when you're talking about serious capital.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you need to think through how all these things come together. Obviously, there's in any business idea, when you're at the very beginning stages of the business idea, and you have all these open questions, but you're going to need to double-click down and address each of these open questions to figure out exactly, how the Reading financing portion works. At what time frame do you think? What is the strategy for customer acquisition, and what time frame does the customer start to pay? And you're going to need to validate. You're asking, is the service attractive enough for paying ₹500 per month? You're going to you need to do validation in your customer base, in your target customer base. I am not a woman working in Bangalore. I don't have any idea whether this is this is something I would pay 500 rupees per month or not. You need to ask women who are working in Bangalore and have to use public transport, and those are the people that you need to ask this question of to get real concrete feedback on whether people will use it or not, and whether people will pay for it or not.
Sure. I think that's something, as a part of customer validation activity that has to be done. Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, so those are your next steps, and feel free to continue to use the program, and we'll see how we can steer you along.
All right, thank you so much.
I'll move on to Ram next, if Ram is ready. Thank you, Jai. Ram, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm going to put your slides up next. Here we go.
Great.
Go ahead.
Great. Hey, good morning to the people in the US and the rest of the world. My name is Ram. I'm the founder of a company called Shiksha Club. It's a startup company. We are based out in Bangalore. We are 6 months old startup company. Yeah. Who are our customers? Just a little bit before you go to this slide, to tell you what is Shiksha Club. Shiksha Club is an online teach and learn platform for interest-based learning. It's a crowdsourcing model where people contribute, and the learners will come to this as a marketplace to purchase or to take any course. Who are our customers? Mainly, we are looking at students who are about to enter into job market and working professionals. To enhance and acquire new skills for their personal and professional development. The target age group is 25 to 40 years. Yeah, you can go to the next slide, please. Our customer value proposition for learner ability to write kind of courses anywhere, anytime, and on any device. Availability of specialized courses as per learner's requirement. This is especially true as it's the crowdsourcing model. If, say, for example, if you are looking at parallel programming using Ruby on Rails or C# or Java, there could be specialized people who want to teach and equally who want to learn, which is not available outside very freely. Yeah, of course, you will get all. Can you be bit back slide, please? Can you go back? Yeah, yeah. You have all the advantages of flexibility on course choice based on pricing, course ranking. There's a strong ranking engine we are building in, and of course, the delivery is 24/7 or blended learning. When I say blended learning here, I mean you can add your virtual classroom friend to augment your how to deliver your course. Can I have next slide, please? Yeah. Customer value proposition for the teachers. It's basically it's a marketplace. It's a wide reach. We anticipate what is the requirements and who will take who are the target audience for so and so course. Depending looking at our previous history, we can reach out to the right audience. Definitely, it acts on your earning potential. It could be add-on income. Your potential can be high. We definitely build online branding, especially this is true. If you just want to demonstrate or showcase your skill to the world, this could be used as a demonstration platform. Mainly because it's as far as the pricing is concerned, it's entirely to the teacher or to the trainer. He can offer the course free as well as paid model. So that is possible. Yeah, of course, I was telling it's a marketplace to sell the courses. Next slide, please. Customer acquisition, what we are doing for learners. We organize the events and workshops across the city. Recently, we have organized a program on Amazon Web Services where around 20 people has attended a hands-on workshop. This is one way of acquiring the users. We send newsletters. We have a Facebook and Twitter accounts, but not at streamlined it fully. We are still fine-tuning our aspects on that. We're also launching topic-based webinars from February. Like we have internal expertise in product management, product building. So we are also grouping up with a few other presenters so that we will go online, picking a topic. It would be a free on a weekly basis. That's what this month is coming up. As far as the customer acquisition strategy for trainers and trainers is concerned, we are organizing weekly Google Hangout sessions. We are exclusively reaching using LinkedIn very exclusively and targeting mainly corporate trainers and teachers. And on a weekly basis, sometimes we conduct twice as well. Around 8 to 10 people we are doing Google Hangouts and asking them to partner with us. And we also, just one slide, we're also, talking to the professional bodies like project management bodies, and developer related communities to be their knowledge hosting partner. We have the Indian Project Management Association. We already have acquired, and then we're already posting their events and content in our platform. Next, Samrina, next slide. Samrina, are you listening to me?
Yeah, this is the next slide, right?
I think next one.
Strategy is your next slide, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. What we are doing in organic way of customer acquisition, when I say both learners and as teachers, the summary is we are yet to find how to do this. We are kind of getting one or two thoughts, but at this point of time, you can say we don't have it at this point of place. What else we have in place? We have basic search engine optimization in place. We have we are opening a special YouTube channel so that sample courses can be posted there and remaining courses can be watched from Shiksha Club platform. The upcoming interesting one is we are posting next week how to do Rubik's Cube, which we have recently recorded with a trainer. We want to post there, and that's one example in YouTube. Similarly, other courses also we want to post. But at the same time, at this point of time, we are also contemplating to aggressively push, one or two courses such a way that it will appeal to the Indian customer, because currently we are targeting at the Indian customer. They want to have a look and feel, have a touch feeling. So we are coming up with offering 2 months course on a technical topic like Android and iPhone development kind of topics, so that we can give a blended kind of learning to the learners, right, where they can attend the 24/7 content, they can have access. At the same time, there will be weekly or daily sessions on those programs they can attend online. At the same time, these are the two things offerings which is yet to launch. We are anticipating that should lure Indian customer. Customer validation.
At this point, Ram, where I think you need a positioning. This thing is too broad, Online learning today is a very, very crowded market. There's a lot going on, from the massively online coursewares to various companies like Pluralsight, and there's numerous companies focusing on specific types of learning. And if you say that we just provide a platform and anybody can teach anything, or anybody can focus on any kind of, from Rubik's Cube to Android application development to Ruby on Rails, I don't think that's going to work. You're going to need to focus on a very specific market segment. It is not 20 to 45 age group. You're going to need to focus on a specific type of, if you're going to do technical training, the Android and the Ruby on Rails type of stuff, you need to focus on that and look at the competitive landscape there and figure out how you differentiate in that market. That market is also very crowded. Or you can focus on some other aspect, some other, both age group wise and some other topic wise, but where there is a definite need and a definite white space where you can actually make a differentiated position. Right now, this is way too broad, and it's going to be impossible to bring this thing together in any meaningful way.
Yeah, Sramana, a couple of mentors and people in our circle did mention out this point. We are want to be horizontal player. At the same time, if you want to find a niche for our niche, and from there you need to replicate the stuff to other verticals. You can say at this point of time we are lost in that. And numerous times we have debated internally, but could not, have not decided anything on that. Maybe
you have, Ram, I think the entire success of this business is going to depend on whether or not you can come up with a go-to-market strategy that is sharply positioned on a niche that gives you a chance at creating a differentiated position based on which you can win in the market. Otherwise, you're going to get, this is like motherhood and apple pie. You cannot scale this business. You cannot even bring this business to market. You're going to do these 10%, 20% workshops, and that's it. It's never going to get to any meaningful level.
Okay, point taken, Sramana. Next slide.
So there is, there's a process of doing this, and you're going to need to basically go through a complete positioning exercise and figure out where, what's happening where. You need an ecosystem roadmap, ecosystem map actually of what's happening in the rest of the industry, and see, what are the possibilities, see where you can create a differentiating positioning, what is the differentiated positioning, and then bring the product.
That's finding our sweet spot. We are observing those guys as kind of startup A has a which is already funded companies like Simply Learn kind of stuff. We observed their sweet spot, and we're observing one or two other companies, but it's struggling hard for us how to position, how to find out our sweet spot. Only thing we are doing is we're trying doing a trial and error basis, trying out this aspect. If it's not working, and then
the way to do it.
One.
There is a method to positioning. You need to learn how to do positioning. This is, by the way,
that's exactly what.
Not just you. All over the world, one of the most poorly understood topics in entrepreneurship is positioning. We see day after day, we see people coming with really, not well thought through positioning in these forums, and we work with them, and especially even in our premium program, one of the bulk of the work we do is actually around positioning to get people to figure out exactly where is the opportunity, and it's a complex topic. You need to learn that topic, otherwise you will not be able to get this business to any meaningful level.
Yeah, in fact, I did browse through your links, and mostly they are paid ones, so I stopped there. Yeah, that exactly the similar questions I had. Is there any how to do it? If you look at the next slide, is there any models around there we need to try out?
Yeah, there is a very systematic methodology of positioning, and you're going to need to follow that. You need to
Are there any? Yeah, beyond your site, are there any resources where we can read and then reach out to know?
You should do the premium program and learn how to do positioning. It's very, very simple.
Come again, Sramana. I did not follow you.
You should join the 1M1M premium program and learn how to market.
Okay, not bad. Definitely, we will
we found this program because we are filling a white space, right? Nobody is going to coach you on positioning. You can find some books on positioning on Amazon, including my book, but that's not going to give you the hand-holding that we give you in creating your positioning. We are what are we doing? We are doing an online learning business as well, right?
Yeah.
And what have we done? We have gone out and looked at the offerings out there, and we have created a differentiated positioning. That's the reason we are able to do this business. And you need to create your equivalent of this kind of a positioning where you have, you have an advantage, and you can find the gap, and you can position something. But it is a very, very crowded market. So unless you do a very precise job of finding which segment has an opportunity, segmentation, 20 to 45-year-olds, this is completely all over the place.
Okay. If I ask you, precisely, how are the different kind of steps you are going to take? Consider if we come on board, for your program, we enroll for your program. So would you able to do a kind of play a mentorship kind of role? Okay, this is not working. You need to try out, throw some cards on our plate.
So what you should do is really understand the program. Irina is in the room. She should be able to, you can talk to her on Skype, and she will help you understand exactly how the program works. If you go to our site at the very bottom, in the brown bar, there is orientation, and there is that orientation module. You can look at it, and you will see that exactly how people use the program. We have similar sessions like online mentoring that we are doing here in the premium program, but it comes attached to curriculum modules where you learn some stuff, and then you can come and work with, in the live sessions, you can use that knowledge and then work with me based on that knowledge. So I don't have to start from scratch, I can't give you a 50-hour curriculum one-on-one like this, right? You have to do some of it on your own, and then so that you can use the time that you have with me more effectively.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So will there be any fixed amount of time where we will get? Probably, I'll write back to you.
I don't want to spend this session answering your questions. You should talk to Irina offline. I want to serve those businesses today.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Inder Bir, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line. Sramana, how are you?
Tell us what you're doing. Inder Bir, I'm going to tell you one thing right up front. You should never put much text on a slide.
Okay.
The whole slide concept should be in a few small bullet points, as little text as possible, so that we can quickly gather what is going on here. Nobody can read this much text.
Okay.
Okay, so
probably
now
the next slide is, I think, the next slides are bullet text. Only the first one is probably that way.
Okay.
Okay, not an issue. What I am doing, I am a US healthcare specialist. I've been to US and transition processes for big brand names like Wipro, EXL, and I worked for United Health Group as well. So probably what I've seen, the difference in the healthcare domain in US and India, there's quite a wide gap that has to be filled up. So probably I have come up with this idea that we would be digitalizing all the medical records so that when the customer needs it and the medical fraternity needs it, it has it at a niche of time. So basically it saves time for them. It is a single database where they can access, right? The doctors would be able to access the patient's data, and probably the patient or the customer can go ahead and book appointments and get all the facilities online.
So are you talking about the electronic health record industry, electronic medical record, electronic health record industry?
It's a combination of electronic health record plus the appointment setting module, which we are offering the doctors as well.
Okay, you understand this is also a very, very crowded space right now. There's a ton going on in healthcare, IT, and online education. These are two fields that have become incredibly active in the last couple of years, 2-3 years. These two fields have become very active. There's been a lot of investment and a lot of entrepreneurial ventures in that, in those two sectors. So EMR, EHR is in particular, and this physician management, communication systems, all these have a tremendous amount of activity especially for the US market. So my question to you is, and I'm interested in seeing what you have put together in your slides, is how much analysis have you done of the competitive landscape and the current ecosystem?
Okay, let's not compare US with India as of now, because I would be thinking of launching it in India.
So why did you say that you have experience in the US healthcare domain?
Yes. So probably the plus points that I have over there, which I had gathered, I'm trying to implement it in India as of now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so got it. So you're trying to do EMR or EHR for the Indian market.
Exactly, EMR, EHR, bringing all the medical fraternity under one single umbrella.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, whenever a customer needs any service, he has to just call us up and the service is arranged within a specific amount of time.
Okay.
Probably he'll have a credit card sort of a thing as well when we have a big network. So the credit card can be swiped and the doctor can see the medical history right on his laptop or on his tablet.
Okay.
So this is a business model actually what that I intend to start. So basically we would be operating in the B2B
business model?
Yes. Pardon me?
Is it a subscription? Are people subscribing to your service?
Yeah, it's a premium product.
And what is free and what is premium?
Okay, let's say the market the free are the ones who cannot afford to pay. Probably they try the product out for 1 month or 2 months, and they like the product, then they would be converted into a paid model.
Yeah, but the question really is, what is the value that you're offering for free versus what is the value that you're offering for free? If it's a free trial, that's not freemium.
No, it's a free trial.
Okay, free trial is not premium. Free trial is free trial.
Yeah, free trial for 2 months.
Okay. All right.
And the best part is we are targeting the people who are above the age of 25 and who have the ability to pay. And mostly it is for the urban people who are married or probably with children, which means high income executives or who have completed the education or have a valid college degree. These are the ones that who are going to pay for the service. We are offering the service at a very nominal price, which is approximately less than $100 a year for a family of 4. And the best part is whatever they are paying, they would be getting that amount of money deducted from the income taxes as well. Because as per the Government of India guidelines, any money spent on preventive healthcare up to a maximum of 5,000 rupees, they get it reimbursed back.
Okay.
So probably
that entire 5,000 rupees deduction. There are other deductions that they're already probably paying for, isn't it?
No, it's 1 lakh for all the insurance premium paid. 5,000 is for preventive health checkup, because with the subscription they are paying, they're getting 2 healthcare preventive vouchers free of cost as well.
I see.
So again, that is a value addition for them.
And how do you afford to deliver that in the $100 per year for 4 people, a 4-person family?
Because we are looking at a broader market and the scalability model. For example, I've just calculated for my city, that's Kolkata as of now, right? We are looking at a market size of, just give me a minute, because in Kolkata today there are approximately 43 million people today, out of which lower class is 32%, middle class is 44%, higher middle class and HNI is 24%. So basically we are targeting approximately 66% of the people today. Because for a middle class family, 5,000 rupees a year is nothing. So it's basically the size that we are counting on and the services that we are offering to them.
What validation have you done so far?
Validations for the software part, I have gone to big hospitals like Fortis and Columbia Asia as well to explain these products to them, and they have put it across that they are okay with it and they like the product. Secondly, I've got in touch.
Have you talked to target customers who
Yes, I have talked to target. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me more about that. What have you done in terms of customer validation and especially whether they're willing to pay or not?
Okay. For customer validation, firstly we approached the corporate houses like Wipro and Infosys and all those companies.
Yeah.
They were okay, but with a lesser payment module. They were ready to offer it to the employees for 1,500 to 2,000 rupees as an incentive on an annual basis.
They are willing to pay for it, or is it something that they want the people to pay, the employees to pay?
The Wipro is willing to pay for it.
That is very good. Even if depends on what your gross margin is on the product, how much does it cost you to deliver this? But if Wipro is willing to offer it to all their employees, at even if it's at 2,000 rupees, that would dramatically cut down your customer acquisition costs.
Exactly. And secondly, we have also approached those people who is the common man on the road with these vouchers. We have done a trial with a group of approximately 500 people. We have not charged them, but we have told them that probably this service would be charged at 5,000 rupees a year. And these are the facilities we are offering. Out of the 1,000 people that we met in a conference, 600 people envisaged interest to go with the product.
Okay. All right. Good.
And I've been researching on this for the past 2 years. It's approximately 2 years now.
And what has prevented you from launching it? If you've been working on this for 2 years, why haven't you launched yet?
The launching part, we are an infotech company. Probably we were busy with the call center module. We own our own call center, and we have clients like British Gas, Eon, and Touchstone. Probably you might have heard the name. These are our clients, and probably I was busy with those guys as well. And secondly, it needed research, as in what data to put in, what data should we collect from the customer, the medical data that should be entered into the system, which is technically viable for or useful for the doctors as well. So we were into
company. You have a call center services company, and you want to launch this one as a second line of business, yes?
That's correct.
Okay. And where are you now in terms of launching that? At this point, where are you?
Launching now, we are designing the application as of now. The application approximately 25% to 30% ready.
Okay.
So we are building on the application, and the profit margins are good if we go as swift as possible. So in the first year itself, probably we'll have a margin of 22 to 25%, 37% in the second year, and 42% in the third year of operations.
Yeah, but you don't know that. I don't buy those numbers. Right now.
Probably I can show it to you. I can because I have prepared a business plan as well, a detailed business plan, which I have pitched to some investors as well.
Your assumptions, I would, the assumptions you will find out will. So, for instance, if you go with Wipro at a $1,500 price point, that is going to play havoc with your margins.
Yes. So as of now, we've just put it 500 members, 500 families on a corporate level per year, per month. I'm sorry. So we are looking at 6,000 members a year just from the corporate part.
At what price point? 1,500?
2,000.
2,000. And what does it take you to deliver the service to them?
I didn't get you. You mean the expenses part?
Yeah, for instance, if you're going to give them 2 vouchers for 4 people, that is 8 vouchers for hospital visits or doctor visits.
No. I'm just giving them 2 healthcare vouchers, which means they would have they can do a 40 test. What should I say? They can get the diagnostics done for 2 people, and if they want additional vouchers, we can offer them at a price.
So what does that cost? What do those vouchers cost?
600 rupees.
600 rupees. So you have another 1,400 rupees to play with. What other services do you need to deliver in that other 1,400 rupees?
1,400 rupees we would be delivering. We would be maintaining a call center to provide them customer service. We would be delivering some telesales. Again, that they will earn revenue for us. We'll have a direct marketing team as well. Plus, we would be also concentrating on.
I was asking more on the gross margin side. The vouchers are part of the gross margin.
Yes.
What you're talking about is more operating margin.
Okay. You mean the growth of the scalability model?
You know the difference between gross margin and operating margin?
Okay.
Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between gross margin and operating margin?
If you could just explain it to me, probably.
So gross margin is product. So gross expenses is anything that is required to deliver the product itself. So in this case, you have 2 vouchers that will cost you 600 rupees just to fulfill your basic commitments to your customers and you're charging them 2,000 rupees. So 600 doesn't even come to you. It comes to you, but it immediately goes out to people who are providing that service.
Exactly.
So your gross margin therefore is 1,400 rupees, unless there are other like that where you have to pay other people. After that,
we only have
Hold on. After that, whatever expenses that come in, marketing expenses, G&A expenses, all the other expense items are part of the operating expenses, and whatever margin is left beyond that is operating margin.
Okay, it's a 25 to 30% are the operating expenses.
25 to 30% operating expenses. So how much on a per unit basis, how much do you have left after the marketing costs, after the operating expenses?
Okay, if you go for a corporate sale, we have 1,000 rupees left. That is approximately 50%.
I think you're overestimating. I think you're overestimating your customer acquisition, underestimating customer acquisition, underestimating customer service. So the point is, you're going to have to bring this to market at a reasonable scale and see what those numbers turn out to be in actuals. You have projections right now. I think the 600 obviously is actual. You know that 600 will go out. You will be left with 1,400 to work with. What is required in that 1,400? How the 1,400 will play out is something that you will learn only after you get into the market, I think.
Yes.
It's possible that if your marketing costs go really down, that if you can really do it with a few corporate deals like a Wipro, Infosys, IBM, blah, 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 and you just do large chunks of customers for the corporates and with them paying for everything, it's very possible that your marketing expenses may turn out to be a lot lower. So all the expense lines are going to be in servicing those customers and delivering the value that you're telling them you will deliver. It's very possible, which is very good news actually for you. But if you have to do B2C customer acquisition, that's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Yes.
So after listening to you, my assessment is that this business is better built as a B2B business than as a B2C business.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. So you mean to say B2B model would be a better model to work on?
Yeah. I think a B2B model will be a better model.
Okay. Point taken. Because we're charging on a B2C model, we're charging the customer more actually.
You can charge the customer more, but the customer acquisition is going to be so much less predictable.
Okay.
B2C customer acquisition is expensive. So 5,000, you may want to charge 5,000 there. You will see how rapidly all that gets eaten up in B2C customer acquisition.
Okay.
B2B customer acquisition is much more predictable. If B2B is biting, like if Wipro and Infosys, they're biting and they're willing to do it with you, I would go that route. And really, that will also give you the opportunity to set up your service, create the business, and understand the business at a real operational level.
Okay.
And once you have critical mass, once you have revenues, once you understand what it takes you to deliver the product, you can go to the B2C route as well later. But in terms of a market penetration strategy, I would go with B2B first. Okay.
Point taken. Yeah. Any other feedback that you have for me?
Oh, this thing has to be fully, rolled out. Even on the B2B side, you're going to need to put together a full sales strategy, right? That's not marketing, that's sales. So you're going to need to, like we teach a program, in our program we teach a module called Sales 2.0, which is how to do B2B sales effectively, repeatably, and scalably. You need to learn basically how to build a pipeline of sales.
Okay.
That is the trick in making this kind of business, a B2B business, scalable.
Okay.
But if you've got Wipro already and maybe one or two others, I think you can launch the business. Once you have your system ready, you can launch the business and get things going and then scale it.
See, the main problem is, yes.
Go ahead.
For Wipro, we would be targeting at one city as of now.
That's
People
fine.
have interest to invest money on the project because the initial investment cost is not too much.
Right.
It's approximately $200,000. That's it.
Yeah.
And the profitability margins are good as well.
Yeah, and $200,000 gives you a lot of room to play with, right? It will give you, if you can get a $200,000 contract with Wipro, it gives you the money with which to launch the program, get it all figured out, and then you can. In fact, I would probably, if you can close this with Wipro and roll it fully out, I would not do any other deal right now. I would just do that deal and fully execute on it, which will give you a tremendous amount of knowledge about what it takes to deliver what you want to deliver, and then take that learning and then scale it beyond that.
Okay. So basically try it on a single corporate, right?
I would try it on a single corporate, yeah. Because if you take too many things at once, you will not be able to manage them, and you don't really know yet exactly what it takes to deliver the program. You know it at a concept level, but you don't know it at an operational level. And when you're working with large numbers, that operational challenge is significant.
That's correct.
But it's good. I think it's your instincts are good. You've done good, thorough research, and you have a service business which can help you fund some of this, which is helpful. And if Wipro closes, then you're in a very, very good position to launch this.
Okay.
Good work. Excellent work.
Thanks. If I have any questions, can I get back to you?
You can get back to me only through these roundtables.
Okay. No mails.
If you want to be able to get back to me on a regular basis, you're going to need to join the premium program, which I'll talk about in a moment.
Yes, sure. Not an issue.
Okay. Looks like we have 2 no-shows who seem to have got the time wrong. So we are going to go to the segment about 1M Premium, and then I'm going to do audience Q&A. So start thinking about what you want to discuss, audience, and let me take a few minutes to explain to you how to use our program and how you can get additional feedback and additional mentoring and so forth as you go along building your businesses. Before we do that, though, I want to ask you for a bit of help on our side. If you like what we are doing, please let people know about this free resource. We do online mentoring every week. So in terms of making choices of, just now with in the rear we kind of went through a B2C versus B2B choice, right? And that's a very significant choice in an entrepreneur's journey. And we just resolved that choice in 10 minutes. So we can get a lot of important decisions made in your business, strategy decisions, if you come and work with us in these programs. The free roundtables happen every week religiously. This is our 160-second session. So you can imagine how long we've been doing this. So if you like what we're doing, please spread the word around and let your fellow entrepreneurs, your friends, your family members who are trying to be entrepreneurs, let them know that they can use the service as well. Now, as far as the rest of the resources that we've brought together for you, here's an overview. Your journey of exploration of 1M starts at 1mby1m.com. That's our website. You will find the first level resource on our blog. There's a tremendous amount of material on our blog where you can get access to, again, resources for free. There is, role model interviews, case studies, all sorts of lessons, trends, thought leader interviews, all sorts of things on the blog for technology businesses, technology-enabled services businesses. You'll find tons of material. Use them as much as you want, unlimited usage for free. On top of that, we have the Entrepreneur Journeys book series, where I think Ram was asking how he can learn about positioning. You can start learning about positioning from one of the Entrepreneur Journeys book series, which is the positioning book, Positioning: How to Test, Validate, and Bring Your Idea to Market. we've published 4 volumes of Entrepreneur Journeys so far, and this actually predates the 1M Premium program. So I started synthesizing some of the lessons that are much better fleshed out and much more, delivered in much more detail in the program. But in the book series, you will start to see the beginnings of the methodology that we teach. So bootstrapping and positioning are 2 cornerstone philosophies of 1M, and they're, the methodology of bootstrapping, the methodology of positioning, we teach in graphic detail, and then we emphasize on those 2 in graphic detail as well. So I'm very, very, all the things that we saw today, all the different businesses that we saw today, each of you will need to get your bootstrapping strategy, get your positioning strategy right. And what I liked in Inderbean's situation is that I see a lot of those pieces actually coming together. So Inderbean has done very good work in the last couple of years on both of those vectors, the bootstrapping vector and the positioning vector.
Sorry to interrupt you. I would just like to add one more thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All this is a company called ISB, Indian School of Business in Hyderabad.
Okay.
They do programs, management programs to empower women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And that is where I learned all this. This program has been sponsored by Goldman Sachs.
Yep. Okay.
So this is where I got all this inspiration.
So you have learned, you have used some formal program to learn.
Exactly.
How to do this. So, and I think there is actually lots of benefit to learning with a formal program, because then you avoid making a lot of the mistakes that many generations of entrepreneurs have made before you. There's no need to waste a lot of time making those mistakes over and over again. So Inderbean has used another program to learn some of this stuff, and we offer you a program to learn this stuff as well. You can choose where you want to learn, but my point is you have to learn these things. And there are specific methodologies of how to put one foot before another in building your business, and you need to learn those methodology elements. The Entrepreneur Journeys book series you can access from Amazon, Kindle internationally, and Flipkart in India. The blog is at sramanamitra.com. You can also access it from 1mby1m.com. This is what the site looks like. You'll find lots of information on the site. There are videos that explain the program. There are, we have specific pages which explain what to expect from the program. The free roundtables happen every week. We've done over 160 roundtables. Over 15,000 people have attended, and we've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs. So you can keep using these programs. You can register on the free roundtable page for any of the upcoming sessions to pitch or to attend. In the premium program, what we offer is extensive methodology guidance on all these different vectors. I will go over actually in more detail what those vectors are. We have a full curriculum that is delivered in video lectures and case studies. We help you with business development where we have contacts, whether it's accessing customers, channel partners, investors. We help you with that. Strategy consulting, similar to this but much more in-depth, is we have WebEx mentoring sessions, strategy consulting sessions as part of the premium program. And we help you with financing as well as a lot of work in media relations. We have tremendous clout in the media which we put to work on your behalf. If you want to look at some of the people in our $1 Million Club, people who have already crossed $1 million in annual revenue or are close, will cross this year, you'll find this article that covers a group of them, showcases a group of them. We also offer you a quantification of the 1M value equation. It's, we provide, again, value along a number of different vectors. That includes education, that includes strategy consulting, that includes media relations and PR, that includes a peer group, CEO club, sort of, fundraising, all sorts of things. So this value kind of adds up to a very, very large number, and we provide you with all that ROI analysis in the link that's on your screen right now. And then we provide you a lot of material, orientation material on how to use the premium program effectively, how to extract the maximum value. One place I would guide you to go look at is the 1M1M self-assessment. So there's a 9-point questionnaire which will ask you all the relevant questions that you need to answer in putting your business plan together or business strategy together. And the questions are free. You will find all this 1M1M self-assessment page is freely accessible from anywhere in the world. I strongly recommend that you calibrate yourself against it. It's important, you know. TAM, market sizing, is a very important piece of strategy. And you're going to need to calibrate yourself and figure out what your bottom-up TAM analysis is. These kinds of things, you will find all those questions under one, in one place in the self-assessment module. If you're a premium member, we also have curriculum modules teaching you about how to do some of these pieces, including positioning, including, whether it's segmentation, competitive positioning, TAM analysis, all of these pieces. We have the curriculum modules also accessible if you are a part of the premium program. What else? You can find out what to expect from the premium program is a page that offers you a description of the program. Video FAQs are very effective in learning about the program. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about how we deliver the program in a scalable way. We are very mindful of the fact that you are a practicing entrepreneur. Either you're a practicing entrepreneur or you have a job and you are getting yourself ready to launch a company. And we want this whole process of learning to be as efficient as possible. So we have put together video lectures and case studies. We have been developing case studies for the last 6 years. And we have brought on successful entrepreneurs to the program who have shared their journeys and their learnings and their experiences with us, which we've captured in form of case studies. And we make that entire body of case studies available to you in a curated fashion in topics, organized as topics. The other thing we've done is, because we've done so much coaching over the last few years, 162 free sessions plus all the private sessions that we have done, we have a tremendous depth of understanding of what your issues are. Every entrepreneur has a certain set of issues that they have to tackle in building a business. We know what those issues are. So what we've done is triangulated these two bodies of work, the experienced entrepreneurs' journeys and the issues of the entrepreneurs who are early stage entrepreneurs, and we have triangulated that and created this curriculum that is delivered in video lectures and case studies. And the topics that we deal with are divided into two parts: core curriculum and electives. In the core curriculum, we teach you bootstrapping, positioning, market sizing, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, and team building. And each of those modules have video lectures and case studies and discussion areas where you can ask questions. So there is Q&A attached to every single module. And there's electives modules which are aligned with the trends of the industry today. We have Web 3.0 and e-commerce, cloud computing and business solutions, outsourcing and consulting, mobile and social apps, healthcare IT, online education, gaming. These are the topics under which we have elective modules so far. And we recommend that you digest the entire core curriculum and then you do the elective modules, whichever aligns with your business the most tightly. And you should budget something to the tune of about 50, 60 hours of core modules and then another 40, 50 hours of electives. But you can do it at your own pace. Let's say you are working right now on building your sales funnel. You should work on the Sales 2.0 module. Alongside that, if you're working on positioning, you should focus on the positioning module, and you can do your positioning exercise using that as your guidance. And then you can ask questions. If you've developed a TAM model, you want to run it by me, you can put that TAM model in the discussion area and have a full feedback session around it. So we have, we have ways of giving you the generic framework of how you put together a part of your business strategy, and you can also ask specific questions that are specific to your business, and you can run everything by me at the private roundtable mentoring sessions, which are similar in format, WebEx calls, where you can come and show your slides and get feedback on specific topics. So you have interactive mentoring as well. Now remember one thing, our methodology is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startups. So we are very mindful about preserving your cash and making sure that you can generate cash also as soon as possible. So these are philosophical, positioning points that we use to make sure that we bring under our umbrella a certain kinds of businesses. If you're immediately looking for $10 million, that is not what we are going to help you do. That will not fit our methodology. If you just have a PowerPoint presentation and you want to go out and raise $10 million, that will not fit our methodology. And the likelihood of that aspiration resulting in success is minuscule to non-existent. So we don't want to steer you down a path where you're going to fail and break your nose. Remember I said we also do a lot of work in the media. We have a lot of clout in the media. So we use that clout on behalf of our portfolio companies, and we give you coverage. So we believe that PR and visibility is a very, very important component of bringing a product to market. So we want to help you get your product or service out there through our PR channels. If you go to the coverage of the premium members page, you will see all the different articles and different venues that we have placed. We have a lot of syndicated columns and all sorts of things. Our blog is a big, well-read blog. So we have lots of ways of getting you visibility. We also have a very active social media channel. The Twitter channel is 7,500 plus followers. The LinkedIn channel is over 13,000 followers. The Facebook channel is over 15,000 followers. So what we do is we give you access to our Twitter channel, our social media channel, which traverses Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and you can basically publicize again through our channel. So that's part of our giving you access to additional resources that it would take you a long time to build that kind of presence in social media. We have a couple of interesting series that we do. The 1 million by 1 million incubation radar is a series that a lot of investors and potential customers, channel partners monitor. So if you get profiled in an incubation radar series, you would again get on the radar of certain specific types of people. Recently, I did an article for Small Business Trends on entrepreneurship in the Midwest, where we profiled some of our Midwestern entrepreneurs, Midwestern America entrepreneurs. And one of them, right after the article came out, started getting calls from investors. And he came to the roundtable, the private roundtable, and was like, Sramana, what do I do? I'm not ready for investors yet. So I coached him on how to handle those calls, how to keep the investors interested and engaged while conveying that you're not ready. But getting visibility, my point is very important, and we are very mindful of that fact, and we definitely both teach you how to get visibility through general channels that are relevant to you, as well as put our channels to work on your behalf. So that gives you an overview of what we do, how we do things. Irina will be happy to talk to you on the phone if you're trying to figure out, if you have specific questions about joining the program, you can talk to her on Skype or by phone. I think she's put her Skype and phone details on the public chat. Her Skype is Irina_Patterson. We also have an affiliate program. If you're a entrepreneurship development organization, if you want to partner with us, we're happy to work with you. We have free roundtables every single Thursday in the, until the end of March. So please feel free to sign up for whichever one you want to work with. Vision India 2020 is my 5th book where I published $45 billion business ideas of my own. You know, I'm working on 1M, but I have been in the business for a long time, and as an entrepreneur, I've kind of kept a notebook of what other ideas are out there that I saw. And a couple of years ago, I published this book, which you're very welcome to actually take any of these ideas and build them. We actually have a module in 1M to help you with that. So that's pretty much it from the 1M program's point of view. So at this point, we'll have an open Q&A, and you need to use your public chat, set it to send to all participants. Do not send me private messages. This is a public chat session. So I will take these questions from the audience and answer them. So let me go through what all has come up so far. Gas Sally asks, are the private roundtables focused on the pitch only? What if you want to deep dive in one section like competitor analysis? Can you do that in private roundtables? Or does it always have to be in a pitch format? So Gas, the specific modules on a specific topics, we have recorded video lectures and case studies on and discussion areas around that. So you are encouraged to use that material and ask your questions there. The private roundtables are for personalized coaching. So just like we did personalized coaching in this session, the private roundtables are specifically focused on doing personalized coaching and mentoring. But we do have topic-specific material, which are all recorded material and with discussion areas around them and case studies. There is no trial period for the premium program. We charge very little. We only charge a $1,000 annual membership fee. So we want you to commit to working with us. Otherwise, we will not commit to working with you, because there are all sorts of things going on in the premium program, introducing people, and so we don't really want you to come into the premium program, get one introduction, and then get out and not pay anything. Gas is asking, if different people are joining the program at different times during the course of my annual subscription, how will I experience a progression? Some people might be in an idea validation phase while I'm in customer development. Remember, private forums are not topic specific. The topic specific forums are to be learned at your own time. You go and do whatever piece of the program that you want to do. You want to do customer development, you have a customer acquisition module, and you go and work on that. The private roundtables are focused on private coaching that's specific to your business. So if you're struggling with your positioning exercise and you have certain choices, like Inderbir has certain choices, he can go the B2B route or the B2C route. And we just did a private coaching session, and my suggestion to him is to go the B2B route as the initial stage. That is what we do in a private coaching. What is the frequency of private coaching? So private roundtables happen every week. You can attend every week, and the frequency we see, people basically come and work on a particular topic, get feedback and get the next action items, and they go away and do those action items and come back and run things by me. So there's no specific hours attached to it. It is pretty much first come first serve. We request that you do not abuse the program, but in general we encourage you to use the program as much as possible. So far we've had no complaints about people wanting to use a private coaching session and not getting access to it. Remember one thing, it's not a private one-on-one session. Private is private, but it's still a group session, very similar format as this one, but it is for members only, and we do not publish the recordings in the public domain. So the recordings are available, but only for members, not in the public domain. Gas is asking, books included in the premium program. All the content of the books are in the premium program. The books themselves are not, but all the content of the books are part of the case studies in the premium program. Gas, where are you joining from? Actually, I would like to know that about lots of you. You know, everybody who's in the room, I'd like to know where are you joining from, what are you working on, what stage are you at, and okay, Gas is in San Francisco, great. You know, how did you hear about us? I'd like to know you, and I think you would want to know each other. We see a lot of networking happening in this event. Jean Badley Hack says Kissimmee, Florida. That's great. Ram is in Bangalore, yeah, we already heard. Kolkata. Amanda in Chicago. And tell us also about your projects. Besides the ones whom we have heard from already, tell us about your projects and tell us how you heard about us. Jean heard about us from LinkedIn, of course, she says. Are you all active entrepreneurs? Are you actually working on a project right now? Amanda built in Chicago meetup, okay. Yeah, of course, Ram is on a project. What about the ones who have not presented today? Are you on an active project? Steamed rice plants. So I just want to caveat our discussion by saying we only work with IT and IT-enabled services. So steamed rice plant is probably not an area where we will have a lot of expertise. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments? Did I miss anybody's question or comments? Did it scroll by and I didn't see it? If so, just tell me. I will scroll up and check. If I've missed your question, let me know. Gas is validating an idea very early stage, looking for tech co-founder, okay? We have a full validation strategy module, validation methodology. We have a lot of companies in the validation stage. Amanda is asking, question on tech startup and proper development architecture. What do you... Rohan wants to know, what do you want to know about steamed rice plants? How do we validate and get potential partner customers to get to a POC without putting a lot of time, dollars into the development to get there? So our validation methodology actually asks you not to put any money into developing anything until you finish the validation. And we give you absolutely like granular guidance on exactly how to do validation. Ram, your validation strategy is completely not right. What you're doing, you have to do some positioning before you do validation. And your positioning is just not there. So you can't do any reasonable validation without doing a positioning first. Rohan is saying, I'm not into tech but involved in sales and get perturbed about not being able to identify opportunities which seem to keep flying all around me. Okay. Inderbir, yeah. The only kinds of businesses venture capitalists invest in are highly scalable, fast growth businesses. Very, very large business opportunities. Again, we have a full, module on financing, and we have we can pretty much coach you on exactly what you need to do to get financing. With the caveat, not all businesses are fundable. Some are, some are not. And we'll teach you how to calibrate whether your business is fundable or not. Anything else? Any other questions? I have to say one thing. I can't help saying this, Inderbir, and this is particularly to you. It really delights me to see entrepreneurs from Calcutta, because I grew up in Calcutta, and I still have roots.
Okay. That is why I joined your program, to tell you the truth. I thought probably someone from Kolkata can understand a guy in Kolkata.
We're seeing more and more people coming from Kolkata, actually, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. You should tell all your friends who are trying to do ventures to come and join 1M1M.
Yes, sure.
I would love to see hundreds of entrepreneurs really blossom and be successful from Kolkata. All right, looks like we have covered everything. And okay, Inderbir says, can insurance companies become investors in my type of projects? Maybe. Maybe. Strategic investment is a way of, raising money. It's not easy, especially in India, it's not that easy. So my suggestion to you, given where you are, I'm pretty sure we can get your business to a certain level where we have to still do some analysis and modeling, but if the models check out, then this business will become fundable relatively soon. If you can execute on all the things that we are talking about executing on. I don't think you may not need to go to insurance companies. You may be able to get money from VCs. Rohan says, if I intend to start up an outsourcing business for processes abroad, what would be a starting point? I'm from Hyderabad and have an opinion that this place has tremendous potential. Well, outsourcing continues to be an area where we see a lot of businesses. We have a full module, elective module on outsourcing, which will give you an idea about what's happening in the industry, what are the different types of businesses out there, what kinds of things are being successful and how. And then you're going to need to do, again, comparative analysis and, figure out where you have expertise, where you can position a new business and how you can differentiate and so forth. So, yes, we can teach you how to build an outsourcing business. We have tons of outsourcing providers, and we have full curriculum module to teach you how to build an outsourcing business. Ram is asking, can the subscription be valid for second or third idea? Absolutely. You can do as many ideas as you want. You basically, whatever, it's a learning system, right? You are learning from the program. And the methodology that you learn, you can apply to as many ideas as you want. We have companies who have come in and used our validation methodology, and then, let's say, the first idea didn't work. So they moved to the next idea didn't work, and then they moved to the third idea, and third idea is working. So part of the beauty of a validation methodology is to be able to take that methodology and test ideas. Let me see. Rohan, would I be provided with walkthrough? What does that mean, Rohan? What is the question? I don't understand your question. Walkthrough for what? Sorry, I was late to join because of system software requirements. Can you please suggest what is the way I can subscribe for the training program offered by you? So the recording of this session is going to be available on our blog and on our YouTube channel. So, Maureen, could you give him the YouTube channel? You can listen to any of the YouTube channel recordings of any of the roundtables, and you will find out you will find out how to use the program. We're not going to provide you with the outsourcing business module for free. That's part of the premium program, but you do, it sounds like you have missed the whole discussion around how we run 1M1M, so I suggest you go and play back the recording, and I think it should answer your questions. And if whatever other questions you have, you will be able to contact Irina Patterson on Skype. Her email is irina@1mby1m.com. I'll put that in your public chat, so you can contact her, set up a Skype call, you can set up a phone call, whatever other questions are coming up, you can talk to her and get those answers. She's giving you her Skype number as well. I think I missed somebody's question here, 1 second. Inderbir is asking, can we become affiliates for 1M1M? Do you have an organization where you have a lot of entrepreneurs participating in Inderbir? Do you have an entrepreneurship development organization that you are running?
It's not. We are running a CSR initiative we recently started, actually.
Okay. Well,
no problem.
I suggest you talk to Irina about this. Then she can understand specifically what you're proposing. And yes, you can definitely become an affiliate partner. And there is an affiliate page on our site.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, that's fine. We also have we do these programs, where we corporate partners. It's for not just CSR, but sometimes CSR, sometimes for other motivations, marketing, and so forth. Corporate partners actually run contests with us where they sponsor 1M1M scholarships for entrepreneurs in their ecosystem. So if you're looking to do something like that, that's also an option. Gas is asking, is there a recommendation process or roadmap that you provide for going from an idea to 1 million in revenue? I understand there are modules, but is there something that strings the curriculum experience through the modules together to provide a step-by-step process guide? Gas, the whole program is designed to do exactly that. So you are going to start, all the modules that we've put together is strung together to do exactly that. We want you to learn how to bootstrap. We want you to learn how to validate your idea. Once you validate your idea, we need, and part of that process is the positioning. You need to learn positioning. Once you got your validation, once you got your positioning, we're going to teach you how to acquire customers, how to build a repeatable sales process or marketing process, whatever it is. That's how to build teams. That's exactly what the program is designed to do, is to help you put one foot before the other. Anybody else? I think we're pretty much out of time at this point. We will meet you back here next week. If you want to come back and either pitch or attend and have more dialogue, you're most welcome to come. And for those of you who want personal dialogue, contact Irina and she will be happy to get on the phone or Skype with you and answer your questions. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.